To call yourself a cosmetic surgeon, obviously you should have a medical license, I would assume, but nowadays, you never know what you're gonna find.
My name is Patia, and after losing my upper lip to cancer, my face looks like a Halloween mask. About 15 months ago, I went in to have basal carcinoma removed from my upper lip.
Yeah.
As soon as I found out that basal carcinoma is caused by laying out in the sun, I thought how as a teenager I would put Crisco on my body and lay out on tinfoil. Like, that's not okay. They found more than it was expected, and I ended up losing my entire upper lip.
Wow.
She was definitely in shock for the first few months. It was really hard. She couldn't even look at herself in the mirror.
How long has it been since the surgery?
A year and a half.
Tell us what happened.
Well, I actually went to take my son to the dermatologist because he was struggling with some acne, and I asked her, I said, can you check this out underneath my nose? I had a couple little bumps that were clear that I thought were probably some clogged pores, but it was basal carcinoma, and it would be 1 to 2 stitches. So I really...
They were gonna punch it out, probably.
Exactly, like it was just gonna be super simple. They scheduled it for 2 weeks later. I went in to the dermatologist office.
I didn't even go with her.
Yeah, he wasn't with me.
There wasn't anything alarming.
He went in and cut the first margin and came back and said, this is more than we thought it was. It was...
Right then?
Right then. Before my surgery, my face looked like a Halloween mask. I had almost lost my entire lip to cancer. It was scarred and tight, and I didn't even recognize myself when I looked in the mirror. But now, thanks to Dr. Nassif, I can open my mouth more, and I have lips.
I'm Kadine. I'm 38 years old. Respect, man. Hey. I'm from Jamaica, and my whole nose, this Jamaica me crazy look, it's terrible. After having 3 surgeries, I have a scar on my nose. And it has this V shape, this ugly thing just hanging. People that say, what's wrong with you? Don't worry about it, me got it. Oh my goodness, Ma, it's such a beautiful day, isn't it? I always hated my nose growing up. It was so big. Growing up in Jamaica, we do not talk about plastic surgery ever. But watching TV, I was like, oh my God, I want that.
You know, I didn't want you to go through all of that trauma. In Jamaica, we believe it is natural to be how God made you.
I know that, Ma, but sometimes in life, you know, we think that we're not beautiful or we want something to tweak about us. Why not try it? Having 3 surgeries on my nose impacted me and my mom's relationship. It really has, you know, broken us a little bit. You know, she told me so not to touch myself, and I didn't listen, and I went back and it got worse. And then going back the 3rd time, she was so mad and devastated because I didn't listen to her. 2018, April, my friend told me about this doctor in Florida.
Was it a board-certified plastic surgeon?
Not certified.
Not board-certified. So it was a cosmetic surgeon?
Yes.
To call yourself a cosmetic surgeon, obviously you should have a medical license, I would assume, but nowadays, you never know what you're gonna find.
I told him that I wanted to have this part to be more narrow and my nostril to be smaller. So basically what he was gonna do is to lift it and then do the nostrils. So I had my first surgery with my nose. Then a couple days later, I said, let me just take off the plastic tape.
Plastic tape? You mean like when you put on an IV, that kind of tape?
I
That's not
took-
the typical tape we use on the nose.
I took it off, and the nostril is so uneven, so wide, and all my skin was gone. It had a weird V shape hanging down. I honestly thought my nose looked like a chicken butt. But now, thanks to Dr. Nassif, the chicken butt is gone. The shape is beautiful, and I absolutely love it.
My name is David, and I made it through the rock scene of the 80s in Los Angeles unscathed pretty much, but somehow a plastic surgeon took me down. I had surgery done under my eyes, and this is what happened. My right eye is disfigured. I look like a monster. Every minute of the day. I've been playing, you know, my whole life in some form or another, you know, with a band, solo stuff. I played the troubadour, the Roxy, the whiskey, hanging out, rubbing elbows with everyone from, you know, Motley Crue to Rat to Wasp. And as a singer, songwriter, musician, partying with, you know, all the greats, you know, rock stars, actors. You know, you look like you didn't get enough sleep. And you get a little older, it becomes something. So I had plastic surgery done for circles I had under my eyes. And since that day, my life has changed forever. I stopped going out. I certainly wasn't playing live anymore, doing any shows, nothing like that.
I want to see you be comfortable.
I want to see you be able to leave the house, wake up, get out of bed, and go.
And not have to worry about it.
Yeah, or think about anything else.
Right, you and me both, man.
I've never gotten to see Pops play live on stage, but hopefully if he gets this surgery, he can revitalize his music career.
I guess I never have to worry about you getting plastic surgery, huh?
No, definitely not.
My wife at the time was getting some work done. You know, watching her, I'm like, well, what if I was going to get something? What would you know? And she's like, well, the only thing on you that's a giveaway at all, age-wise, is your eyes, like under here. It was like some puffiness, like just, that you get, that like kind of fat underneath. So 2015-ish, I went in for the original one, the under-eye surgery. Where do I go? I went to the same person that did hers with good results at the time.
So you had a blepharoplasty?
Exactly. Before my surgery, my right eye was disfigured and droopy, and I felt like I looked like a monster. I hid from the world behind sunglasses, and it affected my music career. But now, thanks to Dr. Nassif, my right eye is lifted and finally looks normal.
My name is Edna. When I was 1 year old, a flesh-eating bacteria destroyed my nose. I have to live in my entire life with the people staring at me, and it tears me apart. I was born in Cape Verde, West Coast, Africa. When I was baby, I was sick. They took me to the hospital, and later found out I have this flesh-eating bacteria destroy my nose. My dad told the doctor just to not let me die.
You look good, right?
You're doing a good job.
I'm doing all the work here.
Okay. Right now, I have 4 surgery on my nose. My last surgery was 6 years ago, and the condition over my nose now is not what I was expecting. I wish this never happened because it changed your life totally, and it's very uncomfortable. Like when you see somebody's looking at you different than other people around. Yeah. People look, and they turn around. They look again. That brings me down. I want to get out of there because I don't want to be judged what I look like. I always go to church. I always help the person I need. And I don't want people to look at me as this because I'm not this. I was at age 1. They said I have the infection. My nose was open. That's why they got the skin from here. They put it here.
Okay, so you had a skin graft?
Yeah, to my nose.
As a baby?
As a baby. The shape was not normal, and the color of the tape was very dark. I also have a hair growing out of it and felt cut off from outside world. But now, thanks to Dr. Nassif, the shape of my nose has been restored.
My name is Gina, and I lost half my cheek and my lower eyelid from what I thought was a simple injection. Instead, I got injected with silicone. Some nasty was put in my face, and I was devastated. Silicone is just, it wreaks havoc on your body. Looked like I had this huge alien popping out of my face. Well, actually, a colleague offered to do filler for me. It was like, I'm in my 40s. I'm going to look a little bit better. And I thought I was getting Restylane or Juvederm.
What was it?
It was silicone.
Ooh.
Obviously, is something that's not FDA approved and illegal to inject. Both cheeks? Anywhere else on the face?
Yeah, it was actually both cheeks I was injected, but it turns out there's no silicone in my left. I would like to practice medicine again in the near future. I'm just so grateful that they chose me to help. I mean, this will give hope to so many people because when you have like hardly any hope, it's so hard and you have to look for like beauty every day. And now when people see it, they'll actually have hope, and that's what we all need. So thank you.
My name is Claudia, and my biggest regret is letting my nose get in the way of my dream of being a telenovela star. I was raised in San Luis Potosí, Mexico. When I was growing up, I really wanted to be a soap opera actress. Telenovelas are very popular in Mexico, and everybody loves telenovelas, and I would see all the beautiful girls there, and the stories, perfect hair, perfect nose, perfect eyes. So all that is what you learn and grow admiring. And I wanted to be famous and be on TV, but I didn't have a nose that was perfect. It was just a little bigger and with a little bone over here. By age 18, I had 2 surgeries. The same doctor, and he left a very natural looking nose.
Good.
But not pointy, not anything that I wanted like
You mean like one of the telenovelas?
telenovelas.
The actresses?
Exactly.
So what did you do?
I gave up for a while, and then like, okay, I'm just gonna be a flight attendant.
And one day I was working first class and Televisa owner was there. And then I told him, you know what? I went to Televisa 8 years ago and they didn't take me. And he's like, okay, just come see me. And I'm like, okay, this time I don't want to miss the opportunity. There was this doctor who was like the popular at that moment. And I went with him and he's like, oh, I can totally make your nose perfect to go to Televisa. I'm so glad you came. Let's do it. My nose looked smaller and a little fake, but it was okay. But the doctor then said, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I will do it perfect. I wish I've never done the third and fourth surgery. Before my surgery with Dr. Nassif, my nose looked pushed up, my columella was disappearing, and I felt ashamed of my appearance. Now, since my surgery with Dr. Nassif, my nose has been lengthened. My columella looks completely normal, and I can let go of the guilt and move on with my life.